Good afternoon. My name is Jamia Belton, and I will be doing my PLC presentation. I'm going to share my screen so that you can see my handout. So this is my professional learning communities brochure. So first, I want to start off with the science of reading and how it is a research-based system as opposed to a curriculum. And it shows that for students to become fluent readers, they must master phonemic awareness, phonics, and comprehension skills. So these are the three pillars that I will be focusing on throughout my brochure. So there are strategies that students can use to become fluent readers, which will make them feel excited about reading books. So first up, we have phonemic awareness. So one strategy for teaching phonemic awareness to children is to dictate a word to students and have them finger stretch the phonemes. So, for instance, I could say the word bag, and students will repeat the word bag, and then they will use their fingers. Bag, bag. That way they can count how many phonemes they heard in the word, and then they can identify um, the vowel, if it's a long vowel, short vowel, and the vowel sound. Another strategy to use is to have students sound out each other's names to hear the different phonemes. I feel this is an engaging way to focus on phonemic awareness because it's actually including students and their friends, and they will be very interested in that. Next up, we have phonics. So a strategy for teaching phonics is to dictate a word again and have students use magnetic letters to build the words. So for instance, we could use the word bag again. They would finger stretch bag, bag, figure out that it's three phonemes, and then they use those magnetic letters to match the phonemes that they sounded out when they finger stretched. Another strategy is to have students use Play-Doh or sand to spell and build words. This is a way to incorporate that multi-sensory piece, and students would definitely be engaged, especially those younger kids. When it comes to comprehension, students can use a graphic organizer so that they can easily see different key events that happen in a story, and they could easily retell those events, or they can answer specific questions that connect to the story to showcase what they remember. So here I have the Maryland State Standards for reading. So first up, I have the phonemic awareness standards, which is being able to isolate and pronounce the initial, medial vowel, and final sounds in a word. So that correlates with the finger stretching that I mentioned earlier. Being able to break apart single syllable words, which again goes with finger stretching. For phonics standards, being able to decode words, that goes with the finger stretching and being able to build those words to see the sounds. And then for comprehension, being able to retell a story, include the key events, and show that they understand a story goes with what I said about comprehension previously. Some vocabulary when it comes to phonemic awareness is phoneme, grapheme, vowel, and consonant. For phonics vocabulary, again, they can use the word phoneme, grapheme, dictation, decode, and syllable. And for comprehension vocabulary, using the words details, retell, summarize, key event, sequencing, and graphic organizer. And when students collaborate with each other in the classroom, they can use these words to have collaborative conversations and learn more from each other by using these words. Next up, we have the learning extensions. So phonemic awareness, an extension could be students finding syllables in words instead of focusing on the individual sounds. For phonics, again, students could build and spell words that have 2 or more syllables. So words such as sunset, complex, or basket, they can focus on those kinds of words. And then for comprehension, students can try writing a summary of a story instead of using that graphic organizer or answering specific questions. They could do something that's more independent. And when it comes to technology, students can use online apps such as Lexia or Really Great Reading Playground to enhance their literacy skills. These are 2 apps that I use in my classroom for students. And when it comes to the Lexia app, it meets the students where they are. It gives them activities that they need so that they can be stronger in certain areas. And for Really Great Reading Playground, it goes with the whole group lesson that we did, and they just get some extra practice with that. And when it comes to sharing and collaborating with other educators, I feel that it is beneficial because we can learn best from our colleagues. Educators can find new ways to engage students, and discover new ways to meet the needs of students in the classroom. Like there are people who have been teaching for many years and people who are newer to teaching, but they might be more tech savvy since everything is based around technology now. And I feel that everybody can learn something from everybody that's useful for their classroom. So this was my presentation on professional learning communities, and thank you for tuning in. Have a great evening.